The modulo operator. In this video, we will learn the purpose of the modulo operator. Okay? Suppose I have 7 pizzas and 2 people whom I want to split it evenly by. The most pieces I could give each person is 3 slices, which would leave me with 1 pizza remaining. If I were to express the situation mathematically, I would say 7 divided by 2 equals 3 with the remainder of 1. Now, suppose I have 11 pizzas that I want to divide evenly by 3 people. The most pieces that I could give to each person would be 3 slices. And after doing that, I would be left with 2 remaining. If I were to express the situation mathematically, I would state that 11 divided by 3 equals 3 with the remainder of 2. Now, what does all of this have to do with the modulo operator? The purpose of the modulo operator is to compute the remainder when a number is divided by the other. So if I were, for example, to print out the result of 7 modulo 2, the output would be 1 because, as we illustrated in the first example, 7 divided by 2 equals 3 with the remainder of 1. Likewise, if I were to print out the result of 11 modulo 3, the output would be 2 because, as our second example illustrated, 11 divided by 3 gives us 3 with a remainder of 2. In summary, the modulo operator returns the remainder when dividing the left operand by the right operand. One of the most common uses of the modulo operator is for determining if a number is even or odd. For example, suppose I declare an integer named x and set it equal to a number. The following if-else statement uses the modulo operator to determine if the value that I set x equal to is even or odd. It states, if x modulo 2 equals 0, then print out x is even. Else, print x is odd. The reason this code works is because, as you may have learned from taking math during middle and elementary school, if a number is even, that means it divides evenly by 2. Hence, if I were to evaluate x modulo 2 and x is even, I should get a remainder of 0. If x is not even, then I will not get a remainder of 0. Hence why, since in this example, x is equal to 4, and we know 4 is an even number, we know that 4 divides evenly by 2. Thus, the Boolean condition will evaluate to true, and x is even will get printed out. Now suppose instead x was set equal to 5. We know that 5 is not an even number. Moreover, we know that if we were to divide 5 by 2, we would not get a remainder of 0. We would have a remainder of 1. Thus, in this case, the Boolean condition would evaluate to false, and the else condition would execute. We would get x is odd as our output. In summary, if a number is even, then its remainder when divided by 2 will equal 0. If a number is odd, then its remainder when divided by 2 will equal 1. Another very common use for the modulo operator is for determining divisibility. For example, consider the following program. It declares a variable x, sets it equal to 30, and another variable y, sets it equal to 6, and states, if x modulo y is equal to 0, prints out it is divisible. Else, prints out not divisible. If we were to execute this code, the output would be it is divisible. Now, why is that? Well, we already know that 30 is divisible by 6 because when we divide 30 by 6, we get 5 with the remainder of 0. Henceforth, when we execute the Boolean condition x modulo y equals 0, we get true because, as we stated, 30 divided by 6 gives us a remainder of 0. Now let's say x, instead of being 30, was set equal to 31. 6 does not divide evenly into 31. Henceforth, when we perform the operation 31 modulo 6, we do not get 0. The Boolean condition will evaluate to false, and thus not divisible will get printed out. In summary, suppose x and y are 2 random numbers. If x can be divided evenly by y, or in other words, we get 0 remainder when x is divided by y, then that means x is divisible by y.